Welcome to the live. Tap the like button if y'all feel called to. Welcome to the live. Vote on the poll. We're going to give it a few moments for everyone to join. I hope everybody's doing well and fantastic upon the full moon that we just experienced. Dawn, what's good? How you doing? Welcome to the live. Happy full moon. I think it was a full moon we just had yesterday night. It was really bright. I saw it early in the evening, actually. Welcome. Where's everybody from? How y'all doing, man? Welcome to the live. Vote on the poll. I'm doing great, Don. How are you? Where are you from? Tap the like button and subscribe to the channel. It's a beautiful day, man. It's like this cool, crisp feeling, but yet it's warm at the same time. So you got kind of both, which is really nice. So it's a really beautiful fall day, so to speak, but not too cold. Oh, you're watching from Ohio. Nice. How's the weather there? Pretty cold, I'm sure. Gray Wolf, what's good, brother? Good morning, brother. Positive energy your way. Alabama, positive weather your way. I got a friend that lives in Alabama, man. He lives in Tuscaloosa, and he is a professor at the University of Alabama. Pretty neat. I think he lives in Tuscaloosa, I'm pretty sure. Cold and frosty. Roll Tide, yeah. Oh yeah, University of Alabama, Roll Tide. He would go to the football games all the time. He's a professor there, so yeah. He would always say Roll Tide, yeah. That's funny, man. Did you go to University of Alabama too? Yeah, we're supposed to get like temperatures in the 20s next week. So I'm gonna be outside as many days as I can. And not to say that, but that's at night though. During the day it'll probably hit like 50 something, maybe close to 60. So it's still not too bad. But some days like 47 during the day. So this week is a warm week. I'm gonna be outside as much as I can, enjoying the sun and the warm weather. Believe me when I tell you. Keep voting, everybody. Tilted my garden yesterday. Oh, okay. Oh, you tilled. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. You use that like machine. I thought you do that like when spring is coming or something like that, when you're about to plant. Keep voting, everybody. We got 6 votes in. I think 6. Yeah, 6 votes in, and everyone believes there's free will. How much do you believe that? How much of your daily life do you think you have free will? Is my other question. You can plant garlic, shallots through winter. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I'm sure there's some things you can. Yeah, I would imagine, because I mean, we do have produce in the wintertime, but then I think a lot of it comes from the tropical places like Florida. Um, yeah, I would venture you're probably right. Well, you're right. I mean, I would see that you probably plant garlic. Oh, you're in Maryland. Nice. I haven't been there, but I would like to visit. So yeah, vote. How much free will do you think you actually have? And if you want to share in the comments your feelings and thoughts, fruit, yes, but produce, not really. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So then like places like, you know, then like places like Florida or Mexico, or places that are warm, Costa Rica, probably places of that that's probably where all the stuff comes from. Nah, see, no, I mean, you would think you do. You would think you do, but you don't. I mean, the free, well, yeah, okay. So it can look like very big free will when someone resists something that their soul is guiding them to do because of ego or because of manipulation or greed or, something of that sort. So yeah, oh, okay, your fiance's from Russia. Oh wow, that's awesome, man. And where are you from? Oh, you said Maryland. That's right, Maryland. Um, that's very cool. Congratulations. Um, I want to say that the we don't have as much free will as we think we do. Louis, haven't seen you in a while, my brother. What's good, man? Welcome to the live, my friend. Um, we don't have as much free will as we think we do. There's a lot of outer influence in these states, but you have the free will to ignore it, and we all have many rights for now. Well, yeah, but that's still um, not the free will I'm referring to, because our soul is inevitably here for a reason and for a purpose and for a mission. But it's when we step in the way and we stop by having resistance to whatever we're being led to do. Um, yeah, I mean, yes, but yes and no, Gray Wolf, because um, that's what we've been separated from is God's will, because we've been convinced that you have to see it, like science, for example. You've got to see it. You've got to touch it. You've got to, you know, um, uh, report now, state here, free man, go have kings, only one king, and not serve two masters. Okay, I'm not sure I really understand that, but okay. I don't know what WSG means, fam. I'm not sure what that means, but okay. Um, see, I've spoken about this a lot because it's very dicey free will and how much of it we actually do have. And yeah, by seeing what's going on, where somebody um, picks up a gun or blah blah blah. Listen, I know that's been happening for many years, but there is technologies out there to make it look like it's real, to make it look like that really happened. Unless you know personally someone that was involved in whatever your um, 1000%, and it has been hijacked forever for thousands of years, and even more so now than ever. And I just channeled this message, um, which is going to go out once I edit the video. It's a message for humanity, and the Council of Nine brought through, and they started talking about these lower dark entities that are like, it's like they showed like them gripping onto the edge of the mountain, trying to hold on. And as humanity continues to raise their frequency and their vibration, we're no longer going to see that. We're no longer going to see the greed and manipulation and the fighting and separation and divide, because we're going higher. So we're going to see more loving beings, more loving higher dimensional beings, that we haven't been able to see because our frequency and vibration has been too low. So we haven't been able to see the fairies and the gnomes and the unicorns, but they exist. And there is people here that have seen them, and like including myself. Um, and I'm not saying I'm special or different than anyone else. It's what we set the intention to see and ask for. Everybody has the ability and capability of it, but on a collective level, the planet is raising and anchoring in the fifth dimension. So we have to move our frequency and vibration up. So these beings know that their time is coming to an end and the light is winning. And that's exactly why I put that title on the video, The Light's Winning, because the light is winning. And more and more people are waking up. And as more and more people wake up, the frequency and the vibration of the collective raises. So then that's when we'll have more contact with higher dimensional beings. There'll be more sightings. There'll be more people will see spaceships, and potentially we'll get to the point where where in plain sight, we can get on a ship in front of humanity and leave planet and then come back, and all these things that have been suppressed from us, like going into portals and other dimensions and astral travel and all these different things that have been available but have been suppressed because they know this. They know that where our attention goes, energy flows. So where are you focusing your attention? And that's exactly what the council said. The more you focus your attention on what you want to create, what excites you, what lifts you up, what brings you joy, even though all these things are happening, it doesn't mean that you can't do things that excite you. It was really good, actually. Jester, I don't know if I've ever seen your name, your YouTube name. Are you like a new subscriber or a new follower, or maybe you've been here but you just never commented? I'm not really sure. I don't remember that name for some reason, but welcome. And it went very well. It was, I had a lot of ups and downs, let's say. I experienced emotions like anger and frustration and a lot of different things. It's kind of like a roller coaster ride. But at the same time, it was really good. It was cleansing. I'm going to do it again at the end of November, along with my intermittent fasting throughout the week. But I'm definitely going to probably do another food fast, maybe smoothie. I don't know. We'll have to see as it gets closer to the end of November. 5 days. 5 days. I did it at the last week in October. Was it the last week in October? Or the first week in November? Yeah, it was that last week in October. Man, the time is just becoming really wonky. I caught you last week and you were talking about a fast. Yeah, yeah, oh yeah. That's right. Yes. I think that when you did, I was finishing up the fast, but I was going live every day talking about it. Yeah, it is. And it was not that the food aspect of it wasn't that bad. I mean, I've been doing it for years. I've done 5-day fasts. I've done, I think, a little bit even more than 5 days. I do intermittent all the time, and I've done it for 3 to 4 years now. So it's like kind of like, now and but the difference was, this was the big difference between all these other times I've done it. I was doing it for health reasons. Presley, what's good, brother? Haven't seen you forever, bro. What's good? Welcome our moderator, Presley, our managing moderator of the channel, man. Welcome, longtime supporter, a brother from another mother. He's part of the fam. What's good, brother, Presley? So I've done fasts a lot. And this was different because my intention, I had a why. I've never done a why before. I had a why, which was getting closer to God, creating a deeper connection with God, more clarity, more understanding. Whereas before it was just for health. But see, when you have a why, the health comes along with it because you're cleansing your body, you're detoxing, which is so important right now, man. If you guys get the opportunity, man, and I'm not a doctor, I'm just telling you from my own experience, man, but if you can fast, and if you can fast from anything, it doesn't matter. If you can fast from social media, if you can fast from pornography, if you can fast from drugs, alcohol, whatever it is, coffee, sugar, carbs, it don't matter. Let me tell you what, man. Got thoughts on, oh my God, Samuel B. Lee. Ah, interesting. I want to hear your thoughts first. I know exactly who he is. Um, what's your thoughts on him? I can say a lot. And I don't have any negative things to say. To just let me start there. Yeah, interesting that you follow him because I do, and I've been following him for a while. And I'll be honest with you. I think that out of including myself, but I'm not including myself when I say this. Okay. I never have seen anybody that um, doesn't delete negative comments and actually responds to them, and actually rebuttals with a real answer. So like I I haven't seen too many if you want to call them gurus that are as authentic as he is. And he wants the same thing as I want to create and Luna wants to create, a community based all around the world. He wants to have communities all over the place, healing centers. Um, he definitely wants to wake humanity up and their 12 strands of DNA and everything else. I like him. Yes, he totally has a different perspective. And the cool thing, as I said, I've followed him on Instagram too, and he never shies away from responding. If he says something, he and someone will counter him or kind of like argue with him about it, he rebuttals it. That's so cool that you follow him and you're following us and you found us. That's really dope. Um, yeah, I really like him. I resonate with him hard. Um, as I said, he's very authentic and real. And again, he doesn't shy away from responding. A lot of people, when someone gaslights or they say you're lying or this and that, he comes back with a response on social media. If you go on his Instagram page and you look through a post and you look through the comments, he responds to everything. Most don't do that. They delete them. Yeah, he is clear. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, a lot of the stuff that I get, he gets as well. So I'm very it's very interesting that I found him. I've resonated with him because I know that we're going to collaborate in some way. Me, him, and Luna. We're definitely going to be collaborating together. Well, that's really cool, man. When did you subscribe? When did you find us? Because I'm not sure if I think you might be a long time subscriber or you're new here. Some Simmons, Miss Simmons, caught you last week and you were talking about just today. Wow, that's so cool. Well, please subscribe to the channel, man. We have so much content. And follow us on all social media platforms at Daren and Luna. Um, yeah, and I'll say it again, and I've said it before. He's deeper than Billy Carr. Yeah, oh, definitely, definitely. That's what I like, and I love going down those rabbit holes and going deep like that. And we do that here on this channel. So um, We got a podcast that's going to be coming up called Going Down the Rabbit Hole. So Lord knows I love doing that stuff. I love talking about that. And again, this is not like a religious channel. It's a spiritual. And, we talk about everything, and we do light language activations. We do crystalline soul healing. We do Kundalini activations. We do breath work. What's interesting too is he does a breath work. He calls it something different, but it's the same kind of thing that I was trained in, conscious circular breathing. So yeah, it's really neat to be in alignment. I'm noticing a lot of different people that put out content and are helping humanity. We're in alignment with. You call it box breathing? Yeah, I mean that's another form of breathing too. And me and Luna are training right now in another form of breathing techniques called, I don't know if you've heard of Soma breath. It's all over the place. We're going through the training currently. So I've been doing box breathing and conscious circular breathing and pranayama and all those things for years. Kundalini Kundalini yoga. Yeah, look into it. It's going to take us a good probably year, but it involves like somatic movement and oh my God, what's that type of breathing? Not holotropic, but I have to remember the name. It starts with an H. But there's many different types of breathing techniques they use. And after about the first level will take us about 4 weeks. And then level 2, 3, and 4 is going to be like a good over a year. So breath work, as you can see, changed my life many, many years ago. And I'm definitely an advocate for the breath and breathing and it's God's breath, you know. And when we breathe deeply in and out, we're moving the energy where the energy doesn't have a chance to get stuck and stagnant in the body, which is a good thing. And that's where disease gets created, and that's where does it help? Oh hell yeah! I mean, just try this, okay? I'm going to give you two to try. Wim Hof. Yeah, I did Wim Hof's training too. And I did Stig Stevenson's, which are all breath holds. But Soma breath uses somatic movement. It also uses breath holds. It also uses counts where you count 4 in, 4 out. It also uses hypnotic tones that are in the to help with this, or to remove belief systems in the subconscious. So there's a whole slew of things it does. Where did you find us, Miss Simmons? I'm just curious. Just like the live, or you found our videos, or the videos popped up in your feed? So try this. I'm gonna give you 2 things to try. Jester. I'm gonna just say. I'm gonna give you 2 to try. Oh, that's really cool, man. That's really cool. So that means our content's getting out there, you know. It's only a matter of time. It's getting out there. It's growing quick. So try just breathing deeply in and deeply out, because most people don't do that. They shallow breathe, or they breathe like, through their mouth, which you're breathing into your sympathetic nervous system, which has all the trauma stored. And that's where you end up in survival. So try breathing deeply in and deeply out. So in through your nose and out through your mouth, and do it like 3 times and see how that feels. And I'm going to tell you right now, most likely you will feel calm and relaxed after just 3 breaths in and out. Just like this. I'll show you as an example. So in through your nose and out through your mouth. But the key is you want to slow the exhale. So if you can slow your exhale down, that's the key. That's where you wake up the parasympathetic nervous system, which is relax and rest. And you will open your eyes and feel relaxed and calm, but make sure you're not swimming or you're not driving or, you know, obviously you don't want to be driving, closing your eyes and breathing. Make sure you're like sitting down somewhere, you know. But just breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth 3 times and see if that relaxes you. But make sure that when you exhale, slowly exhale as much as you can. Like I'll do it again. So you go deeply in and then exhale. But slow the exhale. I just feel relaxed and calm, and like I could feel the parasympathetic nervous system turning on. And just after one, in and out. First, second lobe, second time, then top of lungs. Yeah. Well, that's when you're doing that's like conscious circular breathing. You breathe, you go the lower and then the upper, and then you exhale. So yeah, you're very Miss Simmons. You know a lot about this stuff, man. Yeah. Exactly. I mean that too. You know a lot. Um, so I'm assuming you've done ice cold plunges too, and cold showers like the Wim Hof method. You know, but I can tell you right now, yes, when you're doing conscious circular breathing, you're going from the lower and the upper. But see, here's the thing that most people, cold showers, most people don't. Um, uh, Most people don't belly breathe. They're breathing the opposite, which again, we were taught improperly. And I really truly hope, because nobody has been able to do this, I really hope to get breathing into school systems and into the New Earth school that me and Luna want to create. That's why I believe that me and Sambi Lee and Luna will be co-creating together, because this is like his vision. And I want to have the New Earth school rip into light all over the place. Hopefully, North Carolina can be like the home base for it, where we have acres of land and we have different practitioners coming from all around the world, and we have healthy food, and there's like places you can meditate and you can do yoga and you can learn from different like really well versed people in these different healing modalities and techniques, and we can have the opportunity to sit with God and all kinds of stuff, you know. Breathe like a baby that their tummy raises first. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But before I found the breathing and breath work, my belly was not rising. It was going inward. And I noticed like everyone does that. It's like humanity was literally taught the wrong way to breathe. And that's why people react, because they're holding their breath when they're in a conversation with someone, and they're reactive. If you're actually consciously breathing and you're breathing deeply in and out while you're having a conversation with somebody, you're not going to react. Yeah. They got stressed, exactly. And then they're in survival, and then they're, but if you're consciously breathing, so that's why I tell everybody, if you want to retrain yourself, put your hand on your chest and just focus on your breath rising and falling. Whatever you're doing, if you're washing dishes, if you're walking in nature, the fastest way you could retrain yourself is putting your hand on your chest and just focusing on your breath rising and falling. Like right now, as I talk with you all, I'm paying close attention to, and that's why I'm in the present moment. That's why I'm here right now. I'm not focused on the future. We were also taught to be in the future. What's your 10-year plan? What's your 5-year plan? What's your goals for 10 years from now? That's all being in the future. That's not present. That's not here and now. That's training your brain to be way into the future. And that's why everyone's walking around with anxiety and depression, because they're stuck in the past, which is depression, and they're stuck in the future, which is anxiety. But when you're in the present moment, you don't have any of that. And I'm coming from a person that had anxiety and depression and all of it, like to the max. To the max. like, and panic attacks like you wouldn't even believe. I had to train myself to sit in a chair and move and sit with the panic attack, and um, let me see what you guys are saying. Yeah. Oh yeah. Thanks for the good advice. And I will definitely check out more of your content. Take it easy, Daren. See you later, my Miss Simmons. Yeah, and by the way, Jester, we also go to our website as well, which is www.darenandluna.com, and sign up for our free newsletter. We also have a school membership that we have all this content. We talk about things we can't talk about on here. We have like-minded communities on Zoom calls. We're doing prayer circles. We're doing singing circles that Luna is hosting. We're doing a lot of things on Zoom. We have tons of light language activations. We have crystalline soul healing. We have, and it's only $26 a month to join, and with the both of us. And we do breathwork classes. We're going to be doing much more of that. So you can look at it on DarenandLuna.com. There's a link that says RIL, which is Rip into Light, the New Earth School, and you click that, and then it takes you to school, and you can join if you'd like. If you don't, you don't. That's all good too. Please hype the channel if you feel called to. But we're building this like-minded community, and we want to do it online, and then we want to do it in person, and we want to have an actual. Hopefully, we can find land, and God will give it to, present it to us, and we can build buildings all on the property that are grounding and have grounding foods, and bring people from all over the world, man, to teach, and hopefully teach kids and adults, because a big focus is teaching the kids, how to breathe, yoga, Tai Chi, meditation, all these things that they don't teach you in school, man. That if we knew these things, yeah, no square rooms, exactly. Yeah, the dome ones. The dome ones. Yeah, it's going to be so nature. Oh, thank you, Louie, for the super chat, man. You're so kind, brother. Yeah, we have super chats too. If you guys feel called to donate anything you like for our mission, we would greatly appreciate it, man. This guy is good. He helped me with my panic. Wow, man, I'm so grateful that I was able to help you, brother. Believe me, man, I'm going to bring more and more tips and tricks and things that helped me navigate this ride that we're about to go on, because I talk about it all the time, man. Shit is about to hit the fan, and we need to make sure we're calm and centered and grounded, man, because we are here to serve. We're humanitarians, man. We volunteered to be here, each and every one of us. Thank you, Louie. I really appreciate that, brother. It means a lot, man. Actually, due to the way our brain processes and predicts, we kind of live in our temporal. Well, I think you can change that, because I've changed that. You're going to get real good. Not sure what you mean by that, Miss Simmons, but okay. I believe you can change that, because I changed it. I literally used to be in the future and the past all the time. Oh, the movement. Okay. I used to be literally just constantly projecting into the future, and always in my head. And everyone I would come across would tell me, why are you always in your head? And they knew it, and they felt the energy, because you can tell when someone's not present. You can tell when someone's not right here, right now. When you're talking with them, it feels like you're talking to a wall. Hey, Nico, what's good, brother? It's like you're talking to a wall. They're not present. And what's doing it is the technology, like phones. Their face is buried in their phone. They're doom scrolling. We had somebody on the live yesterday that came on and said they just found us while they were doom scrolling. I mean, that's common for kids. You know, that's common even for adults. Yeah, distracted. You just know they're not present. They're looking all around. And that's also insecurity. That's also their nervous system is not grounded. They're not in the parasympathetic nervous system. They're in the sympathetic. So I would walk around and people would tell, like I was trying to do acupuncture. I was trying to do everything I could think of outside of myself instead of going within. And the breath, man, changed my life, man. I don't just say that because I'm a breathwork facilitator. We haven't done breathwork classes in a while. I also do past life regressions. I do QHHT and BQH, which stands for quantum hypnosis healing therapy. I've done like almost 50 sessions of BQH, which is beyond quantum healing. And I've learned a lot in doing those sessions. And but just because I've done a multitude of breathing facilitator trainings doesn't mean I'm sitting here trying to promote it because of that. I'm not really doing classes right now. We're getting trained in Soma breath at the moment. But we will soon. Maybe next month we'll schedule some in the membership platform. But the fact of the matter is, man, it's changed my life. It's changed my life, the breath. And rightfully so. We have the breath all within each and every one of us. The one thing we all have that's common is that we breathe, and you have to breathe to be here. So isn't that ironic that God put the breath in us and we don't use it, and we weren't taught to use it? Why didn't they teach us how to use it when we were kids? Why? Because they wanted us to be in the survival mode. They wanted, the late Dolores Cannon. Yep. Have you heard of any of her teaching? Oh yeah, man, I have almost every one of her books. My favorite book that she had was Death to Life. But I'm a very big advocate for the spiritual world. I love like going in deep about topics about the soul contracts, why we choose to do what we choose, why we're here, all of it. I love having those types of, which in school, in our school membership, we're going to do definitely a Q&A about all of that, because I love diving into that. And I do it on here too, on social media. So I love those. I love the afterlife, talking about the afterlife and contracts, soul contracts. And yes, I'm very, very familiar with her. I've done her training. I've done BQH, which is Candace Crawford's Beyond Quantum Healing training. I like that one better, only because it doesn't take as long and it's less stringent on how you, and you can add other modalities. Like I do light language during session. I do written light language during a session. Michael Newton is another one. Manny P. Hall. I don't know who that is, but I don't know if you're saying that to me or hold on, let me see what else everybody's saying. Yeah, I love Dolores Cannon, man. She was a straight shooter, man. She didn't and you know, her work is profound, man, what she discovered, but it's changing now. And I feel like we don't have to do it in that way anymore, but her daughter is wanting to keep it, you know, keep it going in that way. And so I kind of shifted to BQH, which Candace worked with Dolores and then created Beyond Quantum Healing. I mean, signal delays of cognition. Example, your trip, you don't think, oh, I need to stop fasting. Your body runs, don't fall, EXE, and your legs catches you before you think it. I think I kind of understand what you're saying. Centerlink, uh, like true healing comes from integrating past, present. Yeah, I mean they're all. Yeah, I understand that aspect of what you're saying. Yes, because we're literally living all of it at the same time. The past, present, and future are all happening at the same time. So yes, I agree in that aspect. But the aspect of where we train ourselves to be like goal oriented for 5 years down the road, those things train our brain to stay in the future. Um, and I understand like you have to schedule things and blah 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 and this and that, but I try as best I can to go with the flow. Because we're not taught to do that. We're taught to not go with the flow. We're taught to we have to have a schedule and we have to be committed to this and blah blah blah. And I think if I compare myself to then and now, I'm much more calm and relaxed now than I was then, worrying always about the future. And you know what? When my dad passed away in 2022, he literally, I know he did not, from his human standpoint, the soul, yes, but from his human standpoint, he didn't know he was going to die 3 days from when we were in Virginia Beach on Saturday over the weekend. And literally, we came back Monday and he died on Wednesday. And he basically was saying in Virginia, oh, when I get back, I got to get working on my taxes and blah, blah, blah. And he literally, when he got back, he never got to his taxes, never even did them because he passed away. And a lot of that is all just ego, along with him saying, yes, you can have an intention. Yes, you could want something, but God has a bigger plan. God has a better plan than we can conceptualize with our mind, And along with him saying, that furniture makes me happy. And I said, Dad, are you effing kidding me right now? You're like literally on your way out and you're going to tell me that furniture makes you actually really legitimately made you happy? And he left all of it behind. Didn't even take any of it with him. Busted his ass 16, 17, 18 hours a day. Like, to have all this stuff and couldn't take a single thing with him, Dax, what's good, brother? Yeah, time is human construct, exactly. I have too, Miss Simmons. Me too. Since 7 years old. I've been awake since 7 years old. And I walked around questioning everything, man. I would even walk around. I was just talking about this recently. As they're finding so many dumbs and tunnels underground, I would walk around, man, and I knew something was going on in those sewers. And they called them sewers, like, oh, the sewer holes and blah, blah, blah. But yet these sewers go throughout the entire world, right? And I'm walking around and I'm like, there's got to be something going on underground in these what they, so-called sewers, just like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, how they lived in there. You know what I mean? And I would like walk around it when I was a teenager and I could feel the energy of something happening underneath me, underneath my feet, and it's like kind of where things began, me just questioning everything. And at 7 years old, I knew everything was a lie. He wrote the Kabbalion. Kabbalan? I'm gonna screenshot him. I'm gonna check him out. Let me see what else is here. And please keep tapping the like button. Everybody subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you, man. Follow us on all social media platforms at Daren and Luna. Go to our website, www.darenandluna.com, and sign up for our free newsletter. I've explored many rabbit holes. Good morning, brother. Dax, what's good? Time is a human construct. Yes. Just center link. Yep. Hey, good morning, Presley. Hope you are doing well. Good, thanks. That goal orientation generally comes from resolve motivation, which is kind of past experience. Yeah, true. And we're taught that when we're in school, you know. My dream home, a cave property. Wow, that's pretty neat. That would be pretty neat. Death comes for us all. Not a man of God, but you don't need a God to understand all of this. A gift. It sounds like your father last lesson was valuable for you too. Oh, it was. And listen, I mean, let me tell you what, man. I've talked about this numerous times on this channel. My dad had cancer 3 times. Okay, he healed from the first 2. He was told by the doctor in 1997, excuse me, that he had 1 week to live. And he left that doctor's office as the doctor cursed at him and said, "You're going to effing die." And he said, "I'm already dying, doc." And he walked out of there and the nurses said, "You're doing the right thing." He walked away from the medical and decided to go down the alternative route and healed himself in 6 weeks with belief that there's a higher power, trusting and putting it in the belief of this higher power, knowing that you can heal from anything with God. And again, you don't have to be religious to believe in a higher power, in something greater. You know, there doesn't have to be religion involved whatsoever, but that's what they've made us. They've infused and they've programmed into us so that, yeah, you got to be religious to believe in God, and Jesus is this idol, this figure that you idolize and, you know, worship, and, you know, all of these things were just things to come here and to wake humanity up, to open humanity's hearts. That's what Jesus's purpose was. His mission was to come here and open humanity's hearts, to wake humanity up. God wasn't going to come down and, like, you weren't going to just see God and like just rain down. So he sent Jesus, you know, because people wouldn't have believed it, you know. So it's like, again, this channel is not about religion, man. It's about everything. We talk about everything, and we discuss everything, and we go down every single rabbit hole you can think of, because you've got to question everything. Yeah. I mean, same here. And I turned my back on it a long time ago when I was young. So did I turn my back on God too when I was young. I was an atheist. I was an anarchist. I was against the government. I was against everything. I knew everything was a lie. I was hearing voices, and my guides and angels were speaking to me. And I was told, "Oh, that's all in your head. You can't talk about this. You'll be locked up in a straitjacket, blah, blah, blah." You know, I went through every kind of, very similar to Sam B. Lee. I went through almost every, like, mental thing you would call an illness, which I don't even like to call it illnesses. I don't like calling anything that, because I believe it just is. But I went through every kind of, like, going crazy mentally. I've gone through everything, man, so I could turn around and teach everyone. And let me tell you what, man, that a lot of our purposes was to go through everything first, so then we could show everybody that it's possible, like my dad did. My dad healed from cancer, 4th stage Hodgkin's lymphoma in his entire body. Told he had a week to live. He was skin and bones, you know. Oh, hell yeah. Gaslit, the black sheep. I never did what everybody else did. I was always the one going down the path untraveled. You know, I created the new pathway. That's what I'm meant to do here. I'm meant to assist humanity in remembering who they are, why they're here, and what they came here to do. And that's what me and Luna are cultivating with the newer school Rip and Delight. We're trying to, hopefully, like I said, create these centers all around the world, man. And hopefully they don't cost a thing, because why should learning why learning should be free, you know? And we all are supposed to be abundant. But again, we've been suppressed and lied to and tricked and not told the things we need to do to be abundant. So I was just channeling this morning, how they've kept us in these low vibrations intentionally, and so we basically, if you're in fear, you're easily controlled, you know? Yeah, I agree. Uh, I agree with you. Um, Crepuscule, I think your name is. I'm not sure if I pronounced it right. Um, but it's like, listen, man, the end game is filling these people that we don't even know who they are, like the shadow, GOV and stuff of those. I'm not going to say it on here. Um, the simplest thing and the most thing they want to do is if you're in these lower frequencies and you're in fear, you're easily controlled. So, program you and condition you as a young kid to be in fear, and then you're in fear the rest of your life. So you're under a spell to be controlled. And not give you these tools so that you can help yourself. Why would they want to give you these tools? Why would they want you to have a strong nervous system? Why would they want you to breathe properly? Why would they want you to eat healthy? All these things are going against them getting money in their pockets, filling their pockets, like the med systems that no longer work. They haven't worked since my grandparents got a botched surgery and died in the hospital, because the guy was drinking alcohol and did the surgery at 2 a.m. Okay. And my grandfather laid in that bed coughing up blood, knowing that it was the end and he made a big mistake because he went into it in fear. And that is the whole reason why there's so much suffering, man. Because we've been taught to keep our frequency and our vibration really low so that we're in fear and then we can be controlled. Oh, really? Thank you, Miss Simmons. That's really awesome to hear. I mean, in the same, my curiosity of, but why don't we stick a fork in the electric outlet? Got the best of me. What? Yeah, I mean, listen, I listen to plenty of people all the time, man. You never know what you're going to get from someone. You never know, like, you could think you know everything, man, but like there's always going to be somebody that brings it to you in a different way, in a different form. And we're all getting the information from the same place, source, God, the universe, divine, prime creator. But you know what? Each and every one of us resonate with someone else. So, like, we bring the same information that you may have heard, but now you're hearing it in a different way because that's the way you're supposed to hear it, for you to absorb it, for you to resonate with it. That's why there's a million different people out there pushing content, because everyone resonates with someone different, and the way that they bring their information through is special, you know? And everyone has activations and codes they're bringing through and unique things that help all of us. I mean, if there was only one person to serve 8 billion people, man, no, I talk to certain people and they tell me, oh, that went over my head. I didn't understand that. But then Miss Simmons says, wow, that's the first time I heard it in that way. You see, that's what each and every one of us are meant to do, teach. We're teachers. We're masters. We're a form of God in human form. Okay, an aspect of God in human form. Even as an atheist / agnostic or whatever, living like Jesus is commendable. Who wouldn't want to believe in humanity and live for what is perceived as good? Yeah, and you can. Blazing the trail, Miss Simmons says, you probably felt gas. Oh, yeah, I already saw that. Most of the time we get taught how not. Why? Because the way takes extra effort. Well, that too. And a lot of people, like, for example, when I forget what his name was, who came on here, was talking about me fasting for 5 days. The end of October, I fasted for 5 days. And most people would basically say that's too hard. I can't do that. It's too hard to take an ice cold shower. I'm not going to do that. It's too hard to stop eating. You know, there's very few that are going to be left when we transition and ascend, because a lot of people are going to transition because, like what they've said forever, I've heard it since I was growing up, the strong will survive, you know, and it takes a lot of discipline and strength and to do these things that we have been taught the opposite. We've taught the things that keep us weak and in fear, and if you were taught as a young kid to breathe or do an ice cold bath or shower, you would have no problem doing it as an adult. It would be easy peasy. We all do have the light, Daisy. I agree. That's 120 hours. I have done 72-hour fast. Oh, okay, you have. Yeah. 72 hours is good, and I do those a lot because when you hit 72 hours, you're resetting the body. If you have something like a something terminal, yeah, I would suggest fasting as long as you can. Because not you per se, I'm saying just anybody, because then you're starving whatever it is, and they don't like that. And most of the time, it's parasites. Oh, you're fasting for 3 days, Daisy? What, on water? It takes commitment is right, because what are we taught to eat? And there's food everywhere. And people in families, what do? Yeah, sugar, meat, carbs, all of that. What do you think happens when you eat a lot of carbs and sugar? You get inflammation in the body. Inflammation in the body is disease, so to speak. And the amount of sugars they're putting in everything is intentional so that you stay in the med system. So you're a constant supporter of that system, and they gotta give you like 10 different things that all have side effects. Just because it gives them this, and there's so much greed. Water and tea. Okay. Well, good luck and good for you. And again, everything I say on here, man, I'm not a doctor. I'm just speaking from my own experience, and I have a lot of experience, a lot, especially with health, but in every area. I've gone through healing from Lyme disease, which they told me that I would never heal from, which they told me that it would go to my brain. And if you saw my reports that my dad was reading, he said it was so scary with the reports that they were giving you. And they tell you that you can't heal from that. And I know I did. All the quickest and easiest way is God. Calling in God, the light of God, to come inside of you and take whatever you're going through, any pain, any disease, to move it out of the body, to breathe God in and breathe God out. And then you move the energy in the body, because everything is just stuck energy. That's all it is. And most of the time, as I said, people are not breathing. So how do you think, if you're not breathing in and out, which breath is life, then you're not going to be moving the energy in your body? Yeah, and raise your frequency too, exactly. But then breathing raises your frequency, Dance, sing, move your body, do things that light you up, do things that bring you joy. So it's like, and then the major thing that you have to do is surrender it to God. So if you ask God to take something from you, you got to fully let go and trust the way that God's going to do it on God's time. So it could be like 3 years before it's completely gone, whatever you're experiencing. I prayed to God, man, to remove what I needed removed. And let me tell you what, it took several years, but I had to go through what I had to go through. There was a process that God had me going through. And I thought I was never going to be out of it. I thought it was it for me at the time. But like, man, I was crying. I was emotional. I never had cried like I cried in 2017 and 2020, man, because I was taught to suppress my emotions and feelings like most men are. And we're taught that's weak. And my dad even taught me, which I don't know where he got it from, but he said that crying it will get you sick. And I'm like, that's like the complete opposite. Like, actually, you will get sick from not crying, eventually. And I was like, where did he get that from? That is so inverted, I mean, like everything here is inverted, and yeah, I mean, that's what I was told to do the end of October for 5 days. And I've been fasting for like 3 to 4 years now, at least. Right before my dad passed, which was 22, I started really fasting heavily, like intermittently, and then 3 days at a time. Because as I said, 3 days resets your body. But again, if you have something more challenging, then obviously you want to do it as long as you can, because it's going to starve the parasites. It's going to starve whatever and not to mention, you're going to move things through, like emotions, feelings, trauma. It's all going to come out. It all comes out in fast. Trust and believe, man. You have nothing to distract you anymore. Like, quite literally, man. I'm telling you, I was sitting with anger, frustration. I've been fasting for a long time, but this time was much more challenging for me because my why was getting closer to God, developing a stronger relationship with God. I never did a why when I fasted. And I feel like anybody that's going to fast, have a why, and don't forget that why the entire time you're doing it, because that will help you through the fast. I just always had the intention to fast to heal from something physical. And now my why is changing because I've done that for so long. But don't forget that while you're doing it, you're also doing it for healing and health. Always. Because that comes along with it. Yeah, but Tom, I mean, that's the whole thing. People resist all the time. That's all it. I mean, man, if we really listened to what the higher self and the soul was saying, and God, man, we wouldn't have what's happening on the planet right now and what's been happening for thousands of years. And the reason the dark energies and the entities are doing what they're doing is because they're separate. They've separated from God, from source, and they're so far disconnected. And that's why they're greedy and they're manipulative and they're doing the things, mind control and manipulation, all these different things. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I agree. I'm Centerlink, 1000%, man. And have deep gratitude for being here right now because, man, there is lines and lines and lines of souls waiting to come here. And there's not enough bodies for all the souls that want to come here at this time. You got the golden ticket. You got a gift to be here. It's a gift to be here right now. How about free will, John? It's your greatest gift. You didn't create all the religion, John. We did. Yeah, exactly. We did. It's all man-made stuff, and it's all been manipulated, like hardcore manipulated and translated for over thousands of years. That's why you really, really have to use discernment when you're reading, like Enoch, the book of Enoch, and the Old Testaments, and all these different, the Torah, and all these different books, the Quran. You really have to open your third eye and really, really look beyond what the actual text literally says to get the truth out of it. And again, all the religions were created so that we would be separate and divided, just like politics, just like you have red and blue. It's to divide and separate, because the more divide and separation we have, the more fear we have, the less connected to God. God can't connect with you if you're in fear. God can't connect with you if you're divided and separate from everyone. If you're not in your heart, your higher self can't connect with you. It's at a much higher frequency and a vibration, as well as your guides and angels, as well as the people that pass on to the other side. They're all at a higher frequency and a higher vibration. The higher dimensional beings, they're all at a higher vibration and frequency. So that's why we have not been able to connect with God, with our angels, with our guides, with spaceships, with unicorns and fairies and gnomes and all these different, higher dimensional beings, because we've been at a lower frequency and vibration. We've been in fear, and we've been, what I was saying a minute ago. I lost my train of thought. It's been around for a few years to my local. I don't know what you mean. What's been around to your local places? Yeah, I mean, I think that is going to happen because more and more people are waking up to the truth of the religions and what they've been doing for thousands of years. And they don't actually teach you what you really need to know, which is sitting in stillness. They don't teach you that. They distract the hell out of you when you go into like a church or a temple or an ashram or any of these places. They just distract you with just saying all this stuff. And they don't teach you the one thing that's so important, which is breathing, focusing on your breath, and getting quiet and listening. And just listening. That's the fastest way to God. That's the fastest way to your higher self. That's the fastest way to the answers and the guidance and the clarity that you desire and you seek. But not the kind that I could really benefit from either. Yeah, exactly, Tom. And not only that, man, every one of them have side effects for the other one. Like, so you're taking this one, and this one is for what he prescribes it, and then that one has all these side effects, and then you got to take another one that negates the side effects from the previous one, and then you got to take another one. And that's why so many elderly senior people are on like 10, 20, 30, 40 pills a day, or a month. And some of them cost like $1,000 just for one. that doesn't even get covered by insurance. So do you not think that there's something wrong there? Yeah, you got to definitely let go of the negative thoughts, Miss Simmons. No, they won't. I mean, at the end of the day, man, they're programmed too. You know, they're programmed to do what they're told to do, and they're, you know, I mean, that's just what it's been. How, but it's not going to be going forward. Humanity's waking up like rapidly. A fighter, Jesus Christ, was flipping over tables. He's not happy with what is going on in the big churches today. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Not only that, they teach you to like worship him, you know? And we're not meant to do that with anyone. And people worship celebrities, they worship Jesus, they worship everything outside of themselves. What about worshiping yourself? What about realizing how powerful you are? Yeah, Milky. I mean, I agree. I don't either. I haven't for a very long time. Daisy fasted when I got baptized in water last year, and it was amazing. Yeah, I know. I've been hearing a lot of people say that they really enjoy it, fasting, you know? Um, you guys are awesome, man. I love you all, man. I love this community that we're building, man. This tribe we're building. It's freaking amazing. You guys are amazing. And I'm not worshiping you, but you're amazing. And I'm glad to have you a part of the community and the tribe and the family as we grow and evolve and expand together. God, the only reason we are on this planet, thank God for every single day, believe people always. Well, a lot of us are here because we volunteered to be here to assist in this massive shift in human consciousness, the Great Awakening. We all came to be here, and we were not going to miss out on this because this has never happened in the way that it is happening now. And it will never happen again in this way, ever. We never, in the past, we left the body. Like something catastrophic happened and humanity was erased from here. And that then the ascension process went on. But now we're actually staying in the body as our bodies are upgrading and as things are changing, which has never been done in this way before. And we're going to be able to live for hundreds of years, man. And we're going to be able to leave and come back if we want to. We're going to have technologies like replicators and med beds, and we're going to be able to replicate food when in an instant. We don't need money. We can replicate a house. They have these technologies already. They've been suppressed from us. They could just press a button and replicate a house. Nobody even actually has to build the house. Okay? You can replicate the food, and I'm not talking about a 3D printer. I'm not talking about printing the food. I'm talking about a replicator that actually replicates the food, and all of a sudden you have an apple in your hand, you know, and it's healthy and it's not poisoned, you know. Yeah, man, faith is one of the biggest things, man, we need to hold on to, because I'm telling you what, man, as we go forward, the rest of November and December and beyond, it is going to get harder and harder to try to figure it out with your mind, to use the ego. You're going to have to go to God. You're going to have to go to the universe, your whatever you want to call it. You could call it Jesus, God, divine, prime creator, whatever you call it, man. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. And I respect everyone's decision of what they call their creator or whatever you believe in. But I will say this, it's going to get more difficult and more challenging where you cannot figure it out. You lose your job and you got all these bills to pay. Well, you have to trust God that everything is being Everything is happening for your highest and greatest, and there's no mistakes. So it's like every single thing that happens and occurs, we have to trust and have faith that there's a reason for it. And there's a reason that it's happening for us, not to us. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's true too. Centerlink, the light is within, not in a building. Yes, exactly. And that's the thing that I never really fully understood, because you could be in nature and speak to that light, because God is just light. He's love and light, and it's like, I didn't understand that either, man. It's like, they're like, no, you got to be in this building to like have faith and, you know, pray to God. And I'm like, I could just sit outside leaning up against a tree and talk to God if I wanted to, like I don't have to be at a service at a certain time to have a relationship with God, to cultivate a relationship with the creator, you know? Centrelink, I have not been, mostly with the divine intervention. I'd I'd be dead, in fact, by worldly logic. I should have been passed a very long time ago. So should I, with all the things I went through and so many other people, because we are so strong, man. We volunteered to be here. We are powerhouses, and God knows it, and our ancestors know it, and they chose us. That's why we're the chosen ones. We've all gone through things that you would basically say, "How am I still here?" Because you're protected, man. You're being led and guided every step of the way, man. You were supposed to go through it. Oh, healing touch. Okay, wow, that's pretty cool. Just shows you where our consciousness is headed. Yeah, 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 Tom, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Needs a cholesterol pill. Need under yeah, and then not to mention how much damage it's actually doing. Um, but let me tell you what, man. This is the year of disclosure, and so is next year. And let me tell you what, man. These religious like buildings or whatever you want to call it are going to be starting to get revealed of the trafficking and what they've been doing with kids and all kinds of stuff is going to come out. Trust me, it already is, and it will come out like the floodgates, along with everything else, along with what they've been doing to our foods and you name it. Inside the GOV, there's no transparency at all. There hasn't been since I've been on this planet, and I'm 47 years old. Um, None of it makes sense how all 8 billion people don't come together and put all our resources together and you know build a beautiful world, but yet we don't. And maybe 1% is the ones that want to do it, and the rest are in fear and under a spell. And I've said this since I was 7. Why don't we all come together and put everything we have together? And because they've made us in fear of each other. They've even made us in fear of being in nature and the animal kingdom. And you got to be scared of like sleeping on the grass outside, and you got to be scared of your neighbor that he's going to rob you, and you know what I mean. It's like, so then we have all these fears inside of us, and then we're creating more of it, and we're all divided and separated and arguing and fighting, and no, I'm right, no, you're wrong, no, that's not true. And then you're yelling and screaming, and then your blood pressure goes up. So now you need blood pressure pills because you're fighting with everybody, you know? Oh, thank you, Daisy. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, but you don't need to Centerlink, man. You don't need to worship your boss to get a promotion, man. Come on. That'll just happen if it's supposed to happen. I seldom fast, was forced to do it for a week in the military because of a logistics issue. 3 days, no water in the desert. Wow. Well, you did just like Jesus, Tom, because Jesus did 40 days in the desert fasting. Oh my God, Tom, that's no, man, that's okay. Not gonna. I know you guys are just being silly. Oh yeah, of course, of course. But we're supposed to be able to live longer. Okay, and um, you're not being that guy, Tom. I appreciate you, brother, and I appreciate you being respectful like that. You're meditating on your life mission. Well, I would definitely strongly recommend sitting in silence while you're fasting, and you'll probably and just listen, and most likely you'll get the answers you need to hear. Daisy, free will, this this like butterfly wings. Moonlit, what's good? Welcome to the live. Touch, they never get off the ground. You can also accept the reason why things happen will reveal themselves in the future of faith. Yes, yes. And that's what God wants us to do. Kidding, love you guys. Stay blessed and chat too. Oh, thank you, man. You stay blessed too. Or you can even make the why yourself. Um, hope everyone is have a centered day, um, and reflect with good healing frequencies. Love that. Thank you for that beautiful message. Moonlit. Where are you with building a better world? Where am I? Um, I mean, this is what I talk about all the time. You know, focusing focusing your attention on what you want to create. I see visions of us all in community, us all one, us all connected, us all putting resources together, us all living um, um, our purpose and our reason for being here. So, like, doing the things we love to do instead of doing things because we think we have to. Once we beat the dark and the light wins and continues to win, I can tell you right now, man, the way that things, and they already are, because people are walking away from their jobs, people are doing these things that they love. Things are changing despite of what's happening in the world, and it's happening whether we like it or not, because this is the way humanity's consciousness and frequency and vibration is going up. We're raising. We're starting to realize that the way we've been living is not in harmony with this earth. With, like, why would, like, I think about it all the time. Like, why would I choose to come here and like work 90 hours a week, put a bunch of money away, and then transition with some health challenge, going in and out of hospitals? And why would you as a soul choose to do that? Like, you can evolve and expand many other ways than that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why would anyone choose that consciously? Because it's been like the form of slavery. Sushi, yo, sorry, bro. I was on the, oh, oh Lord. Well, I wish you the best, Sushi. Uh, well, that's good. I'm gonna be wrapping this up in like 10 or 15 minutes, y'all. So any questions you have, man, hit me up with some questions. I missed that. I tried. No. Oh, my battery's down to 15% too. So perfect timing. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to go then sooner than later. Um, we would have to come together first to create a platform and invite the billions of people to come together. Well, that's what me and Luna are trying to do, man, with this, with our membership platform that's only $26 a month, you know, with all the things we offer in there of our time and our energy and everything else. We're trying to create a like-minded community and build this beautiful space. And then hopefully build properties, healing centers around the world. Hopefully our first location will be in North Carolina, God willing. And that's what we're doing, bringing people together, reminding and helping and assisting everyone to remember who they are. And we're going to do like a fasting thing in there too. I feel very strongly that we're going to, um, like, where we support one another in fasting, and I can talk about these things in there, which I can't do on here as much, for people that are new to fasting and things of that sort. Prayer circles and singing circles and talks. And we do crystalline soul healing. We would do that in there. We do light language activations, a whole slew of things, man. So if that resonates with you too, join us. It's growing. Uh, Nothing like some perspective and value life for sure. Sooner you realize it, faster you can start living your best life. Exactly. And when you live your best life, you're raising the frequency for everybody else. When I went to cosmetology school, the science of DNA, we have. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Well, you will be, Tom. You will be, brother. Med beds are coming too, you know? Yes, exactly. Exactly. Thank you, Presley, for posting the link to our website. Everybody go over there and sign up for the free newsletter. Join our school membership platform, man, if you feel called to. That's another thing we're going to do in there is talk about the new earth and how we can do what we can do as a group to create this new earth together, and put all of our resources together that we all have and share and meet different people from around the world, that we can all come together and unite and build this beautiful world, because that's how it's going to get created. As the systems that have been created under fear, fall, we're going to be building new systems out of love. Because the key is love. The key is building it from love, not from fear, separation, and divide, but love. Globally, what are you ways, if you can share how you see it? Well, I kind of just did just now, somewhat. I'm not going to be able to stay on too much longer, though. It stinks, but I've been on for like an hour and a half right now, and I do have to get going because my battery is at 14%. But yeah, I gave a little bit of it to bring all billions of people together, passions, and build the new world. You can't be changing $26. I understand we need to get compensation above from the exchange of your contribution. Yeah, but there's things we have to pay for too, and that's what it's supporting. And not to mention, I mean, what we would charge for like a session is nothing compared to $26. Way more than that, and so it's our time and energy, and I give a lot already on this platform and everywhere else, and that's like nothing really to ask, I feel like. Yeah, me too. Same here, Buster. Same here. Yeah, of course you are. But I mean, I'm the one doing or me and Luna are the ones doing all the classes and the workshops and facilitating the breath work. And I mean, if I only told you what I just spent on this training that I'm going to be doing, that's going to be over a year. Okay. And asking for that is not even close to the expenses that I have to take on. So I kind of disagree with you in some aspects. I disagree when people take advantage. I don't feel like that's taking advantage at all. I feel like that's taking care of the things we have to pay for. Really, that's all it's doing, so that we can continue to do it. So, it's like, I mean, I can understand if somebody's like just out for themselves, but I'm not out for myself. I'm out, and Luna isn't either. We're out to serve humanity. That's what we came here for. And very soon we won't have to have that. We won't have to pay for electricity. We won't have to pay for water. We won't have to pay for food. We won't have to pay to live. And these things will be free. And they are getting to that point, but right now, that's the way things are. And the more people that are there, the less it can be per month. And I think we're for two of us, we're probably less than most community membership platforms out there, on top of all the things that we offer and the things we've done and you name it. I know, and that's why we need help. And I've said this a million times. We have an application on our website that you can fill out if you have some sort of modality or skill that you can contribute. By all means, go to our website and fill out the application. We want to co-create with people. That's what it's all about. We want to build community and co-create, and hopefully we can get this land that we seek. God will just donate it from someone. And then we'll have people coming and donating their time to build out everything, so that so people can just come, and it can be a healing center and a place where people can meditate and get good food and potentially live on the property, and there is no cost, you know? So, but there is, at the moment, there's things that, yeah, people charge for, putting together a building, or, cooking food or whatever. It's like, I don't have it to provide it. Like I'm not sitting here in, yet in abundance, you know? I've got to do just like you all have to do, man. So does Luna. Yeah, man. I'm more go, like I said, go to our website and fill out the application and sign up for our free newsletter on our website at darenandluna.com. I definitely agree, man. There's big changes we can do in numbers. No, man. Why would I do that? Why would I charge you to work together? Okay. Well, thank you, Buster. I appreciate you, man. And I'm going to get going. I got to head out of here. Like I said, you can send us an email. You could message us on Instagram, TikTok. We're on all those social media platforms. No, man, who charges to work together? But it's different when we have this platform that we're cultivating and bringing people in to do these different things and offerings and classes and everything else, So, Presley, thank you so much for moderating. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for how many of you voted on do you believe in free will? Well, we had 55 people vote yes. No, I'm sorry, 55 people voted and 75% said yes, 25 said no. Thank you for that vote. You guys are amazing. Thank you for all the likes, the comments, the engagement. You guys are amazing. Yeah, join us on our school membership platform if you feel called. If you don't, hype our channel, tap the like button, comment, subscribe. Presley, I haven't seen you in a while, brother. Yeah, you must email us about a collaboration, man. Take care. I love you all from the bottom of my heart. And I'll see you on the next live, on the next video. And Buster, don't forget to subscribe, man. Everyone else, subscribe to the channel and tap the like button, man. I love you all from the bottom of my heart. Take care of yourselves and each other. And I'll see you on the next live, on the next video, or somewhere around the world. Until then, let's go. We got this. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Do what Presley just said. I love you all. Talk to you soon, Presley, brother. Love you, man.